Hello, I appreciate everybody for joining me here. My name's Tyree. I am the owner of the Black Book Club. I just wanted to introduce myself to everybody here on YouTube. This is my first time having a YouTube channel, so I just wanted to, be able to kind of introduce you to my face and let you know what the Black Book Club is all about. The Black Book Club actually started about 3 to 4 years ago, and what happened is me and my wife we were able to help build a library in Africa. We collected a lot of about 1,300 books is what we collected and sent it over to Africa for a library. And just the high of collecting these books and knowing how much a book can affect the life of somebody really stood with me. So after we sent the books over to Africa, I wanted to do something here locally that I could really continuously pour into and see the effect of. And that's really how the Black Book Club was born. And what we like to do is we believe that reading is revolutionary. And what we mean by that is that a book can change anybody's life, right? I think everybody has a time period in their life when a book changed how they looked at something, their outlook on something. And that one little spark that can change anybody's life. And so we believe that if we present our people with the type of literature that they will connect to, that they are interested in, that it will spark that natural inquisitive nature that we have. Statistically, between about 15 and 27 is when a lot of us will fall out of love with literature. What I mean by that is we'll fall out with the love of reading a book just to read a book. When we get about 15, we get to high school and we're doing a lot of book reports. We're doing forced reading. And a lot of those forced reading books and subjects are not books that we relate to. And so what happens is, I know what happened to myself, is that you start to really mentally think that maybe you don't like literature, maybe you don't relate to books. And especially in a time period like now when everything is so in your face and technology is so fast moving. We have these phones connect to anything. We have these PlayStations and Xboxes. They all can, really control our brain. And so we just kind of put the books to the side. And what I think is, if as long as we give books that we can relate to, right? As long as we give books that spark our relativeness and spark our interest, that we can really hold on to that and fill in that 15 to 27 year gap, and we can continue reading books that fill our knowledge tank, and that we can be, better people. What happened to me is when I got to college, I was maybe, I was out of school. I was 23, 24 years old when I fell back in love with literature and started reading again. And then I look back and, that was 12 years when I could have been reading James Baldwin and Toni Morrison books and, you know, um, Bayard Rustin, Malcolm X books and things like that, Dr. Huey P. Newton. I could have been reading these books and I would have been further along mentally than I am now, right? So now I'm reading books kind of like double speed to try to catch up. So what we try to do is cultivate just a world of literature, based on literature, run by literature that people can get into, and we believe that as long as we keep the reading is revolutionary, mantra going, that we can really, captivate some of these younger audiences and continue that reading is cool thought process, right? So that we can continue to be better as a people. As long as we, one thing I do, I'm 37 years old, so I was born in kind of the hip hop era, and as long as we keep that communication alive, I think that through literature we can really help teach a lot of the youth and teach a lot of the people our age and a little older as well, because knowledge doesn't really have an age expiration date, I should say. So, I just wanted to get on here real fast and just talk to you about what's to come from the Black Book Club. A couple things that we'll be doing is we'll be interviewing Black authors, Black publishers, Black bookstore owners, and just really, like I said, cultivating that world of Black literature and putting the attention on these Black authors, these Black illustrators and publishers, and bookstore owners, and just really give them the light that they need. I remember another article I read that said like 7% of books feature a black character, and even less have a main character that is a person of color. So I want to just really big up those people that take a really big chance on creating this art of literature and putting our faces on it and speaking from our perspective. So I want to give them the light that they deserve, give them the attention that they deserve, and then just serve as a bridge between that author and the audience that they're trying to capture. That's one thing that I think that is needed. So that's what I want to do. We'll also have book discussions where we'll get together and we'll talk about classic literature, right? We'll speak about Sons of Solomon, Toni Morrison. We'll speak about James Baldwin, If Beale Street Could Talk, and the different lessons that we took from these books. We'll have these discussions, and then we'll, post them here on YouTube as well. And if you all have any kind of ideas or books that you want to discuss, or if anybody is an author out there, by all means, get in contact with me and we'll set something up. Another thing that the Black Book Club wants to do, and that we will document here on the YouTube page, is we're really into setting up free community libraries as well. I think if we can put the books where our people are, that will again really capture that natural sense of want and sense of need for knowledge. If we can put these libraries right outside of these kids' houses, or right there at the park where they play basketball, or by the barber shop, right there where by the bank where their mother or father work, then we can minimize the amount of time that a child's parents has to drive across town and go to a library, or has to pay late fees that a lot of our parents just don't have, right? So they just stop going to the library. And then they depend on the public school library in these different, programs like the buy book, the Scholastic Book Fair, which I have no problem with, but a lot of times our faces are not prominent in these Scholastic Book Fairs. So if I can put to bring his name back up again, if I can give you a James Baldwin book, a Walter Mosley book, right there where your child gets his haircut, his or her haircut, right? If I can put a Toni Morrison book right there where your daughter walks home from school, and just have a free public library posted there, they can just pick up a Toni Morrison book and keep it for how long they want to, or they can keep it forever. They just leave a book that they're no longer reading. It can help that community immensely, right? We see a lot of free community libraries in places where we don't live. So I want to put some in places that we are. And that's a few of the things that we'll do here at the Black Book Club. We'll also, to have any other kind of ideas that come up. I also run a bookstore. You can see the website at theblackbookclub.net. So we also sell books. We ship them all over. So like I said, it's just a world of literature that we create here on this YouTube channel. We'll discuss things. We'll have arguments. We'll debate the best books. We'll debate, some books that we think are kind of overrated. We'll do all that as well. Now, I really appreciate you checking out this introductory video, and we'll keep these things more consistent. I'm also on Instagram on Black Book Club 1. You can follow me there. I have a series called Quality Time where we've been interviewing authors on the Instagram page, and we'll get those interviews here on YouTube as well, so people can watch those. And we'll keep growing together, right? And we'll keep doing what we need to do to create that world of literature. So again, I really appreciate everybody for checking me out here today, and leave comments, hit the website, hit the Instagram, get in touch with me. I'm a regular guy like anybody else, right? So get in touch with me, talk to me about some books that you want to see, talk about some authors that you want to see me interview, or if you have some ideas for some free public libraries and you just want to get in touch with me, maybe we can collab on something, put something together where you are. The more public libraries, the better. That is what we're here to do. So again, thank you for joining me today, and I'll see y'all real soon.